It's horrible to get blindsided. Get blindsided by reality. Get blindsided by, well, things you didn't expect. That's what blindsided is. Hard times come. Hard times come when you least expect them most of the time. You can plan for them. You can make plans, and you should make plans for the hard times, and you should have some good plans for the hard times. This COVID pandemic, we never expected it to last more than maybe 2 or 3 months at the most. And here we are almost a year later, and we're still dealing with it. Businesses are closed. Many businesses have gone out of business. People have lost jobs. Maybe you run a business and you've lost a major client, and now you don't know what you're going to do because sadly you put a lot of eggs in your basket in that one client, that one little egg, and you don't know what you're going to do. Or maybe you're in debt. Your finances are a mess. And now that, the COVID pandemic's here and it's not going to be over anytime soon, it looks like, you don't know what you're going to do. It hits you out of the blue that this is now a problem. Maybe you've got a relationship that just fell apart. Out of the clear blue, you got blindsided and it fell apart, and now you feel like your life is a mess. Hard times happen. But we have within inside of us the ability to overcome that. We have a resiliency inside of us to bounce back. Many, many people get sucked into that downward spiral hole and keep getting more and more depressed, more and more, oh, poor me. And they just don't seem to get out of it. And so it's a struggle for them. But we all have resiliency. And so there are some qualities that you can develop within you that we find in resilient people who overcome the challenges that they face. You need to develop these qualities so that you can be your best in times of trouble when it gets really hard. So, Mark, what are these qualities of resilient people? Okay, the first, you just need to keep perspective around you. Keep your perspective of where you are and what's going on. In the middle of all of this hard stuff, in the middle of the struggle, you're going to think the worst is going to happen, that your outcome is going to be the worst. Maybe something didn't go right at work and you've got a meeting with the boss tomorrow or next week, and your mind is going to start working on, oh, I'm going to get fired, my car's going to be taken away from, whatever. It's you think the worst. So what you need to do, you need to take a step back, and you need to see how big a deal the situation really is. Maybe you just need to apologize, come up with a plan. Maybe before you go meet with your boss, you come up with a plan to solve the problem before they give you a plan. That'd be smart. But take a step back, take a deep breath, and look at the situation and see if it is really that big a deal, or are you making it a big deal? It could be a big deal. It could be, or maybe it's not. When you do that, when you take the time to get a little perspective on the situation, it will then give you some courage to be able to deal with it, to be able to handle it, and to be able to move on and to move forward. The second quality of a resilient person that you need to work on is you need to have a realistic view of what's going on. You need to kind of be real about it. Ask yourself, am I lying to myself about what's really going on here? So many times we face these challenges and we face these hard times and we say, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it can't happen to me. Oh, that's not what's going on. And we ignore it. We try and believe that it's not really happening. And we don't want to accept it. That's the bottom line, is we don't want to accept that this bad thing is going on and we're in this hard spot. And the longer that you don't accept it, the harder it is going to be to get out of it. So you need to be realistic about where you are. in the middle of all this so that you can deal with it, so you can handle it, so you can figure out what to do next. And then once you get clarity around what's going on, then you can move forward. The third thing that you need to develop to be a resilient person, because we all have these inside of us, and so you can do this, is you need to accept responsibility. Stop blaming other people, or stop blaming everything else around you for something that may be your fault. Maybe you caused it. Maybe it was an action you took or didn't take. Stop arguing about who's at fault, who's at blame, and don't be blaming everybody else, but maybe you need to really look and see who to blame, because you probably need to take some responsibility. If you do, take the responsibility for your part, not for anybody else's, but take responsibility for your part. Accept the responsibility in the midst of this trial and figure out what you need to do next to get past it, to make it better, to smooth things over, or to take the next step. But until you accept the responsibility that maybe you played a part in this and you've got some fault in this, you're not going to get past it, because you're just going to be blaming other people. And it's like walking around with blinders on. It doesn't work. The fourth thing you need to develop, the fourth quality of a resilient person you need to develop, is just laugh at yourself. Lighten up a bit. We take everything so seriously. You need to just lighten up a bit and laugh at the situation, laugh at the fact that you screwed up. I mean, it might take a day or two before you can laugh at yourself, but you need to get there. You need to be able to move on and look at it in terms of, well, that just didn't work out the way I had planned. So what am I going to do now? And let's make a plan and move forward, and just lighten up. Don't be so serious, and you can move forward. The fifth quality of a resilient person that you need to work on is to have courage. Resilient people have developed the courage to deal with what happens in their life when it gets tough. They don't cave. They don't give in. They don't go crawl in a hole. They don't curl up on the couch and watch Netflix. They find the courage to accept responsibility, to lighten up the situation, to move on, because life's tough. It's not easy. Winning isn't easy. We all want to win. We all want to be winners. We all want to finish the game, get to the goal line, score the winning basket, whatever it is. But life is tough. And it's going to throw curves at you every single day. And so you need to have the courage to get up and go back at it every single day. Find that courage. And you know what? You will fail. It will happen. Get back up. Do it again. You'll be criticized by other people, sure. But if you truly believe you're right and you're headed down the right road, get back up. Do it again. Laugh it off. Take a deep breath. Go back again. Seriously, get some backbone and find a way to win. Because the people who cower in the face of criticism and who cower in the face of failure will never achieve what they want in their life. They'll never have the things they want in their life for their family. Never. So get some backbone. If you think you're right, if you believe you're right, and you believe that the goal that you have is worth having for you, get some backbone and go out there and find a way to win. Because, you know what? Life's hard. So go develop the courage. Go build the courage to accept the fact that life's hard, that maybe you screwed up, that you're going to find a way to get past it, and find a way to be the best that you can be in the face of hard times. Because life is challenging, and it's going to demand a lot of you. So develop this resilience. You've got it inside of you. We all do. Most of the time, we let it slide. We don't deal with it. Develop resiliency. to be the best that you can be in the face of hard times that will come. And you'll find yourself eventually reaching the success that you want in your life. I'm Mark Schinnerer. This is your Friday Focus today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back and talk to you tomorrow.